nymphing. It is widely accepted that trout find 80 to 90% of their diet below the surface. Though some of that is eating baitfish and other species, the bulk of the food is invertebrates and other aquatic insects which they pick off in the feeding lanes. Before we discuss insect activity, we must understand where fish hold in order to feed. The anatomy of a stream is generally very straightforward. Fish will gravitate to those locations that provide the ideal security, water temperature, oxygen, and food. Trout hold in different parts of the stream based on the mechanics of moving water. They want to have all their basic survival requirements met with the least amount of energy expended. In most streams and rivers, the primary location for finding fish based on these needs are riffles, runs, pools, pocket water, and seams. Dissecting each of these different fish locations would take more time than we have in this program. However, of all the fish holding locations, seams are probably the most common and effective place to locate trout. Seams are usually created by differing water speeds or by deflection of stream current off structure, such as boulders or log jams. Seams can be readily identified by visible changes in water speed. Often foam lines will help you determine where the seam is located in slower water. Fish will usually hold in slow water adjacent to fast water because that allows them to have access to food and still exert minimal energy to maintain their station. For nymph fishers, this is the ideal place to start searching for fish with a nymph pattern. Now the spot I've chosen is two currents here. It's called the seam. You got fast water meeting slow water. And what that causes is a spot where the fish will lay where it's almost a void. It doesn't take a whole lot of energy for the fish to lay there. So this is where I'm going to place my fly, along the seam, right along here. I'm going to try to dead drift it and follow along with the rod tip. It is important to keep the cast short and lift the line off the water, following along with the rod tip at the same speed the indicator is traveling on the surface. It's as important to have a drag-free drift when fishing a nymph, similar to when fishing a dry fly. Microdrag must be avoided if at all possible, as this will impact your success ratio. I think I might put a little more weight on here. I don't think I'm quite making it to the bottom fast enough. Now, anything that moves that indicator, whether the indicator slows down, sometimes you get lucky and it goes under the surface, sometimes it moves a little bit sideways, and sometimes it's just a feeling you got. Set the hook. It could be the rock on the bottom, but it could be the biggest fish of your life. You never know until you set the hook.